Welcome to the Pineapple Pinup, the Hot Wife Life podcast. On today's episode, I'm going to go in depth with some questions from our listeners. If you have a question, you know how to get me. Our first question today is from Busta. Here's my question. As your husband reclaims his space after you've been nicely used, what are you feeling? Are you reclaiming your primary cock? Are you reconnecting emotionally? What is your process? Okay, so what I'm doing in any phase of reclamation is I am mirror neuroning my husband's arousal. I am so excited in those moments because I have done something that has made him so incredibly horny that he is primal with it. He is his base self. And I am so excited by the fact that I have created this primal being. I am so happy and proud, and I'm egging him on because the reclamation process for any stag is going to be reminding him that there were others there before. And now he gets to take back what's his. So my process is very much to feed into that emotion, that drive, that primal energy, and kick it up like 6 or 7 notches. There's nothing hotter than when I've been with 5, 7, 15 guys sucking and fucking and creating rivers and lakes, and I am dehydrated and there's not much left of me but this shell, and all I have to do is tell him I was a good little whore today. And then he goes off. He grunts and says, "Yes, you were." And that moment, that growling, that inhale, exhale, that primal energy that comes through, that all of a sudden this man who is like, I want you to be pleasured. He is stating, you've gotten your pleasure. You've gotten what I wanted you to have. But now it's my turn. And I am going to take back your pleasure. I am going to own this pussy again. That's the only thing I'm feeling. I am feeling that desperate energy, that heat, that passion, that love, that two people have done something that has made the other happy and it's led to their own pleasure. It is like nothing else I can describe. It is the meeting of minds. It is the meeting of souls. It is the meeting of bodies. It is what we strive for when we decide we were going to make a commitment. I don't know if that's the answer to your question, but that's how I feel. I feel reclaimed, reconnected. I feel the punctuation at the end of the sentence. The thing that we did is never complete until my husband takes it back. Whatever adventure we get up to, it's never complete until my husband puts his stamp on it. So, my next question is from JS. Hi, I really like your podcast, and I think I'm exactly like your husband in many ways. I want to get my wife into this, and while she'll role play with me, she doesn't really have an active interest in it other than the occasional conversation. I always initiate talking about this stuff when we're in bed. My question is, how do you go to the next step? Do you have any ideas? We're in our late 30s. We've been married 18 years. Thanks. I very much enjoy your podcast. This is exactly what I want to get into. Okay. Advice for the next steps. You need to have this conversation face to face, not lying in bed, not in the dark. You need to initiate the conversation, and you can do it softly. You can talk about, hey, that thing we were talking about in bed last night, that was kind of hot. I actually kind of really enjoy the thought of that. I think about it a lot. The way that I would approach any conversation about kink is softly, but honestly. If you have a desire, something you want to explore, women think that as a woman, when we're in bed, I don't think that what we're talking about is real life. I think that what we're talking about in bed is just trying to amp up the energy between us. Put the arousal out there. Find a road that is on your mind and is taking you places. It's getting you really hard, getting you really turned on. That's my thought process. But when somebody says to me, when we're both fully clothed, vertical instead of horizontal, I tend to take what they're saying as more conversational. It is not an easy road to walk down when you don't know if your partner is interested or not. It is very hard to throw out there, this is what I want. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about me saying this is what I want and the panic that it led to. Okay. The one thing I will say is that you do run a risk. You run a risk of hurting someone's feelings. You run a risk of shocking them a lot. And if you do shock them, you need to take a beat. You need to step back from it for a second and say, we're going to discuss this more later. I just wanted to be honest and see what you thought. You don't have to answer now. Please think about it, and we'll talk again later. Giving someone the chance to process the information that you have given them is kind, is the right thing to do. Demanding that someone give you the answer that you want when they're not fully in there, this is definitely a conversation that takes steps. I told my husband a very, very long time ago that I was into BDSM, that I was interested in it, and that it was something I really wanted. And he straight up panicked and said, I can't give you that. And I said, I understand. I'm just letting you know that this is something that I feel like I need. And he immediately went and tried to find me a dominatrix. Not a dom, he went to find me a female dominatrix because he wasn't sure if he could handle me being with another man. Because we'd already tried swinging at that point, and it did not so much work out. So this whole thing has been a series of conversations that has brought us to the point where we are today. This took 15 years to get right. This is not something that happens overnight. This is something that if you don't succeed at first, you try again. You keep having the conversations. You keep explaining what it is that you're looking for from the experience. You keep telling people, telling your partner, this is what I'm hoping this will be. This is what I'm hoping you will get from what this is. This is what I'm hoping I will get from what this is. My emotional capacity to handle you in that position is at this level. These are the fears I have about this kink. These are the fears I have about what will happen if we do it. These are the fears I have about what will happen if we don't do it. You're allowed to say, this is what I want. This is what scares me. This is what turns me on. It needs to be a conversation had sitting up, standing up, in a moment of complete honesty and clarity, and letting them know that they're in a safe space. This is absolutely no judgment against the relationship that we have. This is just something that I think about. This is something that I would like to try. And I need to know where you are on the scale. Does this at all interest you? And then give them a beat. Give them a chance to take it and process it and come back. Very rarely are two people in the exact same spot when neither one of them have been discussing it in real life. Because I got to tell you, fantasy time in the bedroom is not real life, guys. We don't take that to mean this is what I actually want and this is how emotionally ready I am for it. None of that happens. So, conversations are so hot. And they can lead you down different paths. And they can take you... And then she might tell you what she's into. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, so my final question for today is from a dear friend of mine. We'll call her Scoot. She wants to know how to meet someone if you are interested in a kink lifestyle, but also interested in an emotional relationship. Okay. This one's a little bit harder for me because I do not seek relationships. I seek friendships, but I'm married. I don't need any more relationships to be fostering and remembering birthdays and all, doing dirty dishes. And yeah, I'm married, so I'm all filled up in the romance and relationship departments. But if you're interested in finding a person that shares your passion for kink, and you are looking to meet someone, you have to go out. You have to go to things like munches and lifestyle meetups and carnivals and group walks. You have to create your community so that you have time to interact on a human level with these people. I have a dear friend. I'm not going to out him on here even because I know he listens. He actually met a girl at a sex party. We were fucking left and right. There was, it was your normal bacchanalia orgy. And he sat down and had a conversation with this person. And they connected. They then exchanged numbers. And they went on a date. And then they went on another date. And then they went on another date. The thing is that if you have a community of people who are like-minded, that can lead you down the road to finding what it is that you're looking for. If you're looking for someone who installs bricks at a carpentry convention, you're probably not going to find it. You may, but you're probably not. If you're looking for someone who enjoys kink, go to the places where you know that is what brought us all together. Now, my dear friend is a BBW. And she gets so caught up in the first B that she forgets that the second B stands for beautiful. Beauty is not reliant on being small. Beauty is not reliant on anything but letting your heart shine through. I know that self-talk can be vicious. But no matter what, it doesn't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter about anything. You are beautiful. Every one of us is beautiful. In some way, fashion, shape, size, whatever. We are beautiful because we're living our lives honestly. We're out there. We're telling our truth. And when you live in truth, beauty is right behind it. And the only thing you need to truly believe is it doesn't matter what's going on inside my head. Somebody out there drinks this type of tea. No matter what flavor of tea you are, there's somebody out there who enjoys that blend. So maybe let's cut ourselves a break and say, today, I'm living in truth and beauty, and that's the only thing I got to do. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Pineapple Pinup podcast. I cannot thank you enough for being a listener. I really hope that you're getting something from this and that you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying putting it out. I would love to hear from you. You can always hit me up at pineapplepinuppod@gmail.com. If you like it, please share, subscribe, review, something, anything to get more listeners. I appreciate every one of you, and I hope that you know that you're beautiful no matter what it says inside your head. You're beautiful. And thank you for listening.